why, but sometimes you got to speak out on things. This madness needs to stop. It really needs to stop. And I can't imagine any man that could put up with this type of behavior. And you're going to meet all kind of successful women in life. You're going to meet all kind of beautiful women in life. I'm an older woman. I don't have time to play games. Games are for kids. This is my life. When I go on a job, I get a job. Tend to your business, mind your own business. Why am I so important to you? And why do you allow me to rent space in your head? I'm going to address this. And you think everybody is afraid of you. You like to sue people. You like money. You know what? This stuff has went on too long. And if your friends continue to do what they're doing, I'll be calling internal affairs, make an official report. Now, this is my me publicly addressing this with you. If you do not want a protective order, I would say, just leave me alone. Stop these hate campaigns. Stop gathering all these people together to hate me. And whoever this little dark-skinned chick is with the pop eyes that I filed police reports on, and I have a, license plate number. I have a private investigator that is getting me your name now, and I will be filing a PO on you. This don't make any kind of sense. I'm too old for this craziness. You turn family members against people. You want everybody to think that somebody's crazy. Nobody's crazy, darling. We're going to address this stuff. We're going to address. You're not going to be able to throw bricks anymore and run and hide. If you're bold enough to do what you're doing, then I'm going to be bold enough to get on here and talk about it. It makes no sense whatsoever. After you left and retired from the Tulsa Police Department, I'll go back. Before you retired, you were in special victims. When what happened to me happened, you got rid of that case real fast. Really fast. Now, you can turn as many people as you want to against me. You can turn family members against me. No one's crazy, sweetheart. Nobody's crazy. That crazy card has ran out with you. This has got to a point where it is just sheer revenge on your behalf. Sheer revenge. I do not know Bishop Samuel Blakes. I do not know R.C. Blakes, and they will tell you I don't know them. I have nothing but pure respect for Lisa Blakes. I know her. I know her by the Spirit of God. A woman of integrity. She called me back when I left a message on the ministry, a voicemail, to let her know. I said, have you heard any of this? And she called me back and she said, no. Well, it is going on. And I want Bishop Samuel Blakes to know what's going on. I don't have any part in this, Bishop Samuel Blakes or RC or Lisa. I do not. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know. I know that I'm cyber stalked all the time. And every time I go online or something like that, I may go to a ministry site, and with them cyber stalking me, they're going to get there to tell what they need to tell before, I can even, sit back and even, just post on a video. And I come from a family of music. We're a singing family. If you check my roots, William Stanley Mills, John Lee Mills, Janice, Joanne, Ella, all of us, Nadine, all of us can sing. We can sing. And so when I hear music that I like, I should be able to go on YouTube and listen to Samuel Blake's music without being persecuted. I really should be able to. This makes no sense. I don't know who this is, but you should keep his name out of your mouth and my name out of your mouth, because of the simple fact, you know what? This man don't need this type of smoke. He don't need this type of what's the name, and I surely don't need it. And it needs to stop. It really needs to stop. What is it in you that's so insecure that you gotta hate? You got so much evil in your heart that you hate my guts. For what? Do you want me to take a lie detector test to prove to you that I did not go with Jones? I'm willing to. What will it take to soothe that demonic spirit in you that keeps posturing and coming against me? Now, I sit here and I've gone publicly today with this, and this is my last time doing this. After this comes a protective order. I am not going to sit back and allow you to cage me up in a house where I can't go out. I've got dash cams in my car. If you think for a minute that you running me down with your friends on the police department wasn't captured, I'll take it to internal affairs and prove to you it was. This makes no sense. We're grown women. That's why I'm having a conversation with you right now. It doesn't make any kind of sense. What is it in you that is so jealous of an older woman? Bishop Samuel Blakes don't know me from a can of paint, Sharon. He don't know me from a can of paint. The man don't know me. He don't know me at all. So why am I being tortured over a man that don't know me and I don't know him? It makes no absolute sense to me. And it needs to stop. Are you that evil that you want to ruin someone's ministry, start rumors and stuff? And no, I don't know him. He's never said a word to me. No more than, like I said, when I gave $50 to the ministry, and it was after 9 o'clock one morning, he was on there teaching, and I happened to go on the YouTube video where he was teaching, and I just planted a seed in the ministry. And you're going to take and persecute me for that? What is going on with you? Please tell me what's going on with you and your daughters and these other people that you got involved in this. How many people did you pull into this mess? You got my son sitting back and different people think it's me. It's not me at all. Not at all. Not at all. I could care less about Jones or anybody else. Trust me. I am trying to work out my soul's salvation and make it into heaven. I could care less. But the one thing I'm not going to continuously tolerate is the harassment. And I did. You can go to Detective Aaron Phillips on the Tulsa Police Department. I text him and I let him know I am not going to continue to tolerate this. And I mean it. You need to grow up. You need to get in counseling. You need to process all this stuff that's going on in your head. Anybody that knows me know that I'm not money hungry. Never have been, never will be. If I had money, I'd be a blessing to those that were poor and those that didn't have anything. If you look at my YouTube channel, you will see that there's not even a way to send me any type of money on YouTube. Because of the simple fact that I believe that you can encourage people, that you can speak into their life without getting paid for it. I can think of other ways I can make money versus sitting back and, tailbearing and talking, gossiping. I am not gossiping today. I am addressing an ongoing issue. Everywhere I move, everywhere I go. What is it? Do you want me homeless and without any money, without anything? This is crazy. This is so crazy. It makes no sense. People are saying hi. Let's see. Carrie Miller, hello. Mr. Walker, Miss Walker, hello. What is that? Yin you or whatever it is. Hi. I'm saying hi to everybody. But this has to stop. And how long do a city allow this to go on? And you with your narrative of people crazy. People aren't crazy. You want people to think people are crazy so you can get away with what you're doing. I'm holding you accountable this day. And I'm telling you, if it doesn't stop towards me, I'll see you at the courthouse. I am not going to tolerate another day with you doing what you're doing against me. When I moved into 62 North Lewis, and the manager there, I won't call her name, and she said, well, do you want to see your apartment after it's painted? And I said, sure. And when I went up there to look at the dang gone apartment, there you were in the hall. Yeah, I see ya. What is wrong with you? What is all this hate in your heart against me? What is this? And what man, if you have a man, would sit back and even be with a woman like you that continuously do this to another woman? A real man is a protector of all women, not just some, all women. And it ain't what you call me, Sharon. It's what I answer to. And I don't answer to any of that. And see, you think by you being a past police officer and you in real estate and you being a paralegal, that scares me or that intimidates me to the point where I can shut up. No, it doesn't. You don't intimidate me at all. You get in your panties the same way I get in mine, unless you run and jump in them. And like I said, this needs to stop. Your behavior, somebody that's a friend of yours should check you, because they aren't, I'm telling you, the people around you aren't real friends, because a real friend will tell you the truth. They will check you and they will tell you to stop this. Even Detective Aaron Phillips told you I wasn't crazy. And you continued on with this hate thing. How many jobs do I lose? Thank God that I'm a believer and I know that God is my source and not a job. Because I'm going to tell you, I'd be all messed up. I pray for you every day. I pray that you get your dome straightened out. I pray that whatever's going on in the inside of you, that whoever is in your life, if you have a man, that they can speak into your life instead of keeping a fire burning, having you constantly come at me. You could never be over any type of money that you found or anyone else found that belonged to me. You and I have bad blood, bad history. And like I said, at one point, you were my best friend. You would bring Kiki, your granddaughter, over the house with my little grandson. And you would come over my house all the time. You would eat food, and I was your sister then. What happened? What happened that got this to the point of where it is now? To where you sit back and you do this to a person and you don't even have a conscience. The only thing that's on your mind is money. Not repenting, not trying to settle something, not trying to bring peace to a situation, but to keep a situation constantly gaslit by all these flying monkeys. My last time saying anything. After this, I'm going to, faith without works is dead. Here comes the works afterward. I am not dealing with this any longer. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what lies you told, but I'm going to tell you something about me. If I'm with a man, me personally, and I can't trust that man, that's a good indication that that man don't belong to me. And what I'm going to do is walk away with my dignity and let the woman that he deserves him or he should be with enter his life. Because without trust, you don't have a relationship. You don't have anything without trust. You have to trust a person. Worrying about somebody giving me money. And then this other little pop-eyed chick, I don't know, she's dark-skinned, little skinny pop-eyed chick, short. Work for Family Children's Services. I mean, here she is using her authority and stuff, calling people crazy, filing this. I want you to go pick her up. I want you to go pick her up. You need to be picked up. You can be over any money of mine either, because you have shown me nothing but total disrespect and hate. I mean, diabolical hate, revenge. And so I want to address this morning. I'm one that's honest. I don't know any other way. And like I said, if God be for me, who can be against me? You don't see any fear in my face at all. God blesses me. He takes care of me. You know what? I trust him through the good, the bad, the ugly. And that's what it's all about. But You want to be successful, but you're so envious and jealous. You don't want anybody else to be successful. Now, there were things that happened when I knew you. I remember the first time that I went to internal affairs and they had a recording, and anybody, I mean, an attorney could go back and probably pull that, or the district attorney. And they asked me, they said, "How do you know her?" And I said, "Well, I know her through my son. My son introduced Jones to us. And then, she came next." And she told internal affairs that I had wanted to buy a house. And that's how she knew me, through real estate. And I told them, I said, "That's a lie." And the guy, it was an Indian guy at the time that was tall Indian guy that was in internal affairs here in Tulsa. And I said, "That's not true." I said, will you allow me to go get a video and bring it back to you?" And he said, "Sure." He said, "This is what she told me. She said she don't know you." I was so upset that I left there and I went home and I got this video, and I had a dinner party at my house. And at that time, Roscoe Turner was alive. Roscoe Turner is he was in District 3 as he was in District 3. That's all. I can't remember his position at the time. It's been so many years. Roscoe passed away. That was my brother. And there was Goodwin, Dr. Goodman there, and he passed away. He was the one that got me in college, talked to me and said, "I want you to get every degree, Carrie, that you can get. Make me proud." And he was like a dad to me. And city councilman, that's what it was. Roscoe was city councilman. There were other city councilmen at this dinner party that I had, including Beverly and her husband. And Sharon came in and the whole thing was videoed. And at the time, I sew. So I like to sew. I like to make my sheets, pillowcases, shams, quilts, things of that nature. I haven't bought sheets, I think, since the early 90s, because I like making all of that stuff. And I have a Cow King bed, so I can get material and make what I want and have drapes and shams and everything to match. Well, I had done an animal print in my bedroom. The drapes, the shams, the comforter, the bed skirt, all of it. And here I had someone videoing the whole event. And I had live entertainment at that event when I had this big dinner party at my house. I had a huge house at the time. I was in that house 16 years. And she was there. And on the video, you can see her come in, "Hi, sis," and give me a hug and a kiss. And Beverly and her husband was there. Beverly retired from Southwestern Bell here in Tulsa. And I took that video back to internal affairs. And I let the guy see it. And he said, "She lied to me." I said, "That's what I've been trying to tell you all along. This woman was friends with me. This was my little sister. And why are you sitting back lying on me? I don't have anything against you. Why are you sitting back doing this? Why? What are you getting out of this? Is there some money I don't know something about? Because normally for you to go this strong, it's got to be money. I didn't know you 15 years, but I knew you. Your whole thing was money. I remember when I was friends with you, and you told me, you were in real estate, and you told me, you said, "Carrie, if you get people to buy houses from me, I'll give you $50 for every person that buys a house from me." Not only that, I've got DVDs at the time. That was in 2006 and 7. DVDs, you couldn't take and go and copy DVDs. Now, you work for the police department. Y'all were making DVDs, selling them. Tyler Perry's DVDs. I got them with your writing on them. And I never used that stuff against you. And I am not your enemy. The enemy that's going on with you is in your head. You don't see me doing anything, but from the moment I come out my door Your daughter, you, your sisters from Florida, all of them harass every time. You need to stop this. It's time for this to end. You really need to grow up. Grow up. And like I said, if this little black girl that's dark skinned, that looks like Kenya and short and works for Family Children's Services, I wouldn't care if you work for DHS. There are rules and regulations. Like I've told you many times, people have to meet a criteria for you to even pick them up or do anything with them. And for you to constantly come at me like this, and like I said, I've always been bold. Gonna always be. I'm gonna be authentically Carrie. I don't run from the roar, I run to it. Stop this behavior. And what paralegal place is going to allow you to continue to act like this? I would think anything pertaining to law, real estate, anything like that has ethics on how to conduct yourself. Like I said, I'm through talking about it. But when you come after me publicly and you can run me down in the street and you think you're intimidating me, I don't have enough of sense, I'm telling you, to be intimidated. I don't. My mom instilled in me, Irene Gash, from a very young age. She said, run to the roar, not from the roar. And if you're guilty, you run and hide. If you're not, you're going to continue your daily activities doing what you do. I don't know what kind of thing you conjured up and lied and with Photoshop and AI and everything else. People can pretty much invent anything they want to. An individual showed me videos of mine where they had cut stuff out and things I said that I didn't even say. And I had to lock down some videos. It's just unreal. You need to stop. Everybody is not crazy. Everybody is not crazy. And you always want to sue people. Evidently, you have not been introduced to countersuit. Do you know everything you sue somebody for, they can countersue you for? And like I said, this has got to stop. It's got to stop. And the lady that works for the Gilcrease Division, you got some serious issues going on over there. And like I said, those are your issues. They're not mine. And I'm not going to take that stuff upon me. But when you do something, I don't think that I'm not going to address it. And like I said, I'm not going to run from you. And no, I'm not going to sign any kind of anything for any money for you or anyone else to be over. If anything, that money should be turned over to DHS or the state, and the state get a guardian ad litem that's not black. Notice I said not black over that versus you. You know, when you have treacherous behavior and stuff, how in the world could you be over anything and do a person right where it would be fair? You hate my guts. So that's that little dark-skinned Popeye girl. God forgive me, but I don't say it like I see it. She hates my guts, and she uses her position. And like I said, I called Family Children's Services once before, and I spoke to the guy that was over it. And I told him about what was going on. And they wrote me a letter, and they told me to call the police department each time. That's what I'm going to do. When I come out of my house, I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you running me down in the street, taking pictures of me, intimidating, and all of this. And this guy that was in the black utility vehicle that I saw at DHS when I worked there in investigations, this black guy was with Miss Shirley over on 62 North Lewis. He's the one that was coming for me 24/7. This has got to stop. And like I said, I got on this morning because I wanted Pastor R.C. Blakes, Pastor Lisa, and Pastor Samuel Blakes to know I have nothing against you guys. Who is this? Maybe you know who this is. All of these sisters, Sharon, all your sisters from Florida, for real, it take all of that. One of your sisters has a black car, and it takes all of that to continue to keep this stuff going, spreading stuff in the neighborhood, wherever I move. You already done got up in there with the narrative, all of you guys. That's a shame and disgrace. It just goes to show you when a person loves the Lord and the Lord loves them and he's got his hand on them for ministry, you're going to eventually run into a Holy Ghost setup. I know in my heart, I'm not doing anything to you. Don't hate you, pray for you every day, bless you every day. Why are you doing this? Why would you get a man mixed up in the middle of this, Bishop Samuel Blakes, when number one, this man has never even said anything to me? Are you that evil that you want to destroy a ministry? You want to destroy, his reputation? I'm not doing that. I'll have no part in that. I don't know him. He don't know me. He don't know me from a can of paint. So this has got to stop. And like I said, the young lady that works for Family Children's Services, I've got plenty of pictures of you now. And you know what? I can take them right up there to the director of Family Children's Services and you won't have a job. Plus to the medical board. And all these people have license, whether you're a social worker, whether you are in behavioral health, whatever you're in, you have a license. And it doesn't give you the right to abuse your authority where you work. Integrity is everything in business, in ministry, in everything. Integrity is doing the right thing when no one's looking. And just because a person has a house and they have things and they have money, that doesn't make them successful. You know what makes one successful? It's when, number one, they're a servant. A good leader is always a servant. Number two, they are the kind of person that integrity is what they live. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is looking. And they're filled with substance, value, and character. I don't know these people. I don't know any of them. No more than loving Pastor Bishop R.C. Blake's videos of Queenology, I think it was one on the father wound or something all kind of videos on the narcissist, the right man, the wrong man. And, I enjoy his videos because they help me grow as a woman. And they're put on YouTube, Sharon, for people to view them. They should be able to view these videos and apply what's in those videos to their life without being accused of being running after somebody. I'm going to tell you something, baby. I'm a queen. I ain't running after nothing. I'm not a dog catcher. I don't run after people. That's the one thing I love about me. I'm not chasing anything. And I'm definitely an eagle. And I sure don't run with turkeys. And I don't run with packs. And I just don't like cliques, packs, any of that. When you see me alone. But I'm not alone because every day I speak the word of God over me. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not jealous of you. God gave you gifts and talents. And I'm so glad he did. And when he gave you those gifts and talents, here's the thing. He blessed me with some too. And I pray for you that you be everything that God called you to be and that you're able to fulfill everything that God has called you to do. I'm not your enemy. It's the enemy within you that's the enemy. And like I said, God bless you, but leave me out of this mess and leave these innocent people out. Somebody's at my door. I gotta go, guys. Who is it?